All right. So I imagine some people will come in following at the end of another meeting. As usual, I kind of treat LCC yoga classes a little bit differently than how some studios treat them, in the sense that people who are going to yoga studios maybe have a slightly high expectation about the peace and the tranquility of the moment of the class. But I know what it's like to be have a student arrive on your doorstep and ask you some questions, and it causes you to be late for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and by then eventually something you end up being late for something else. And so if someone's a little bit late for a yoga class, that's okay, in my opinion, because yoga should be the place where you get to for your tranquility. And so to that end, I offer this yoga class for a little bit of tranquility in whatever this is that we're going through in our life. So find yourself wherever you are. So standing somewhere on a carpet, on a mat, on a pedestal, whatever is the most comfortable for you. Your yoga mat, maybe you, that was the one thing I went into school to get, was my yoga mat. So I did that. I was lucky to get that done. And so shift your focus. How do you shift your focus? Well, start with yourself and start with the ground up. So sense where the bottoms of your feet are, whether you're standing or sitting. If you're sitting, then sense where your contact is with the ground. And then rock back and forth a little bit on the bottoms of your feet. And then walk side to side on the bottoms of your feet. And as you do that, invite a little bit of body fluid into the joints, in between the many bones of your feet and ankles. And then gradually bring your attention up through your lower legs to your knees, and make some subtle movements with your knees to let the body fluid into your knees and loosen them up. As you make these adjustments for your base, check that your feet are roughly at your shoulder width and roughly parallel. Bring your attention further up through your upper legs to your hips, and gently draw the tops of your legs together. Create a firm base. Micro bend your knees so that they're strong and able to take whatever movement you offer to them. And on that strong base, begin your breath. And make the breath a 3-part breath, breathing first all the way down, pushing your diaphragm down to expand your belly, and then letting your ribs rise above your belly, and then your shoulders gently raise at the top of your ribs. And then exhale, relax your shoulders, squeeze your ribs, and draw your belly button in toward your spine. Every breath through your nose as much as possible. Belly, ribs, shoulders, shoulders, ribs, belly. Your eyes can be open or closed here, but if they're open, try to create an imaginary speck between you and whatever's in front of you, so that you're not distracted by whatever thing is out there. And with your breaths now, bring your attention up through your spine, your axis, your support mechanism, and follow the beautiful S curve architecture of your spine through your lower back, around behind your ribs, through your neck. And when you get to the top of your spine, rest your head, top of your spinal column, in such a way that the muscles of your neck relax, and it's almost like you're floating in that spot. And recycle your attention back through from the bottoms of your feet to that floating sensation at the top of your head, And keep your 3-part breath going in your mountain position. And with your next inhale, extend your arms above your head. Lean back just a gentle little bit. And then exhale, arms down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And still 3-part breath in these movements. Slide your hips across to the right side of your mat. Inhale your right arm up. And exhale, lean across to the left. And then gently explore whether the front of the ribs or the back of your ribs need a little bit of attention by leaning back and forward in the side bend. And keep your 3-part breath. With your next inhale, bring your left arm up, slide your hips across, and then exhale, right arm down, lean to the other side and explore that side. On your next inhale, bring both arms up. Exhale your arms down. Reach your left arm across the front of your body and your right arm across the back. Take hold of your waist or your waistband. And then with an inhale, extend right to the crown of your head. And exhale, gently pull yourself into a twist to the right. Start with your torso and eventually let your chin gently follow your right shoulder around. And let your breaths possibly allow a little bit more, a few more degrees of twist. Next inhale, extend up. And exhale, relax back to center. Always recycling your awareness from the bottoms of your feet to the crown of your head. Reach your right arm across the front and your left arm across the back. Inhale, extend. Exhale to the other side. And let your 3-part breath happen in a twist. And as you unwind, come back to center. Let the oxygen go into the internal organs of your abdominal and thoracic cavity that just got twisted and wrung out of their toxins. Reset your attention, bottoms of your feet through your ankles, lower legs, knees, legs, up through your spine. Get your 3-part breath back, sit your head at the top, and when you're ready, inhale your arms up. Bring your hands together, down through the center, stop them in front of your heart, and bend your knees gradually into a gentle squat. And sense where your body's natural gentle squat will be. For a little bit more heat, for a little bit more of a warm-up, you can go deeper in the squat, and just for a relaxed, easy practice, stay a little bit higher. Either way, keep your breath going, perhaps gently pulsing up and down with the inhales and the exhales. Check your alignment, that your toes and knees are both pointed approximately forward, and that your toes are visible in front of your knees. And then gently urge your spine into its natural curve, such that it's offered from your body in this position. Next exhale, release past your knees with your hands. Press down through your feet. Inhale up with your arms. And then exhale, fold halfway. Bring your hands to your knees with your back flat and parallel to the mat. Reset your 3-part breath in the half fold. And use your next 2 or 3 exhales to lower your hands down your shins and explore a full fold. Let your knees bend when that becomes comfortable. And then climb your hands back up to your knees, come up to the half fold. And bend your knees, lift your chin, press down through your feet. Inhale up with your arms wide and then high. and then down through the center. This time your hands carry all the way back down to your knees. Press down through your feet. Inhale up with your arms. And exhale, fold all the way down. Full fold this time. Hands to your knees, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, lift your chin, press down. Inhale up. And down through the center. Release past your knees. Press down through your feet. Inhale up with your arms. Exhale, fold all the way. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, lift your chin, press down. Inhale up. Hands together, down through the center. Stop in front of your heart. Bend your knees, rebuild your squat. Attention from the bottoms of your feet, ankles, knees, hips, spine, right up to the crown of your head. Acknowledge what a little bit of movement has done to shift your focus, shift your attention. Shift your balance over to the right side. Unweight your left leg. Inhale your arms out. Lift your left knee. And then exhale, step your left leg behind. Place your foot down. Bring your hands back in front of your heart. And enjoy the twisted squat. Inhale your arms out and your left knee back up. And then exhale back into a squat. Shift your balance to the other side. Unweight your right, inhale your arms out, knee up. Exhale, step behind. Back into a twisted squat. Inhale your arms out, knee up. And exhale back to a squat. Inhale, pulse up. Exhale, release past your knees. Press down through your feet. Inhale, up with your arms. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, lift your chin, press down. Inhale, up. Down through the center, stop in front of your heart. Bend your knees. Back to your gentle squat. Perhaps that squat has become more intense once you're warmed up, or maybe it's a little bit less intense after a little bit of movement and activity. Still, always breathing. Inhale, pulse up to make space. Exhale, bring your left knee across to your left elbow to your right knee, and gently engage in a twist from a squat. And once you've set your spine twisted around the center, then let your chin follow your right elbow gently. Inhale, make space. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, pulse up. Exhale, right elbow, left knee, other side twist. Keep your hips below your shoulders. Twist around the central axis. Keep your spine centered between your feet. And then explore the twist with your chin following your left elbow. Inhale off your knee. Exhale back to center. Inhale, pulse up. Exhale, release your hands down past your knees. Press down through your feet. Inhale up with your arms. Exhale all the way down, full fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, lift your chin, press down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down through the center. Release, press, inhale. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, lift your chin, press down. Inhale, up. And this time, exhale your arms down by your sides. Rebuild your mountain pose from the ground up. Rocking, twisting, resetting, and eventually finding your way back to your breath. saunter back 2/3 or so on your mat. Find a comfortable space. And then step your left foot forward into a lunge about 1 leg length long. And set the alignment of your lunge. Let your left knee stack in front of your left ankle, and your back foot, heel pointed toward the back of the room. Adjust the lunge to find your comfortable lunge. Perhaps it's a little bit higher, which has some balance components to it, and perhaps it's a little bit lower, which has some strength components to it. Find what your body is offering for you. And in the lunge, check that your hips are squared or parallel to the front line of your mat. And then from here, inhale your arms up into Warrior One. And then rebuild Warrior One from the ground up. Notice your feet, your ankles, your knees, your upper legs, the differences between one side and the other, through your spine, all the way up to your fingertips, and always with your breath. Exhale your arms down, and then step forward, reset your mountain. And saunter back to the 2/3 mark or so of your mat, and step your right foot forward for the other side lunge. And build your lunge in alignment, your knee stacked above your ankle, your back leg, if it's not straight, it's thinking straight thoughts. Knee and toes pointed in the same direction. Hips parallel. Inhale, Warrior One. And how does the posture migrate over the course of a hold? Do you relax? Does it get more intense? How does it change? And then, gently, release your arms down and step forward. Reset your mountain. And saunter back again. Bring your right foot to a 45-degree angle. Step your left foot forward into a lunge and begin to set your base for Warrior Two. So this time your back heel is on the mat and your back foot is on an angle. That angle is negotiable as you set your steady and comfortable posture. Turn your shoulders so that your left shoulder is the same direction as your left knee. And then with an inhale, bring your arms out front and back to Warrior Two. And don't forget to breathe. Use your breath to create a little bit more vertical aspect to your torso. Gently shrug your left knee toward the back and your right shoulder toward the back to create a two-dimensional effect. Sort of like there's a pane of glass or a mirror on your back and you're pressing up against it to stay two-dimensional, but not up against it enough to break the pane of glass. Exhale your arms down and step forward to mountain. And saunter back to that spot. 45 degrees with your left foot to begin with. Step your right foot forward to a lunge. Build your lunge, knee stacked. Back leg still thinking straight thoughts. Bring your torso to the sideways position and inhale your arms up, front and back. Left hand above your left leg, right hand above your right leg. Use your breath to go vertical. And shrug your right knee, left shoulder slightly back into that imaginary pane of glass. And as always, build from the ground up and include your breath, 3 parts. On an exhale, relax your hands down, step forward to mountain, and reset your mountain. Build from the ground up. Take your balance over to the right side and remember your tree pose options. Perhaps you're lucky enough from wherever you've picked your practice to be able to see a tree somewhere out of a window somewhere. Unweight your left. When you're ready, choose whichever tree option you wish, leaning your heel against your ankle, foot on your calf, or right above your knee. With your hands, you can have the prayer position, or you can have branches. Perhaps there's a spot somewhere you could stare at to give a little bit more balance. Perhaps something that's not moving, like a tree. Inhale your arms out and your left knee up. Exhale, back down to earth. Have a moment in mountain, comparing, acknowledging one side to the other. Shift your balance over to the left side. Unweight your right. And climb into your other side, tree posture. Inhale your arms out, knee up. Exhale, arms by your side. Back to earth. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold. Hands to your knees. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees all the way down into a crouch. And then lower yourself back onto the mat, sitting. From the sitting position, have your knees bent at about 90 degrees. Align your hips, knees, and ankles. Find your breath again. Use your breath to create an extension in your spine. Extend your arms parallel to the floor. Gently, gradually begin to lower your torso toward the back. Hover your feet above the mat, building your boat pose. And you can do your boat pose with a little bit of support behind your knees. You can let your toes touch, or you can parallel your shins, or you can bring your toes up around your nose somewhere. Exhale, lower your feet. On next exhale, lower your torso down to the mat. Draw your heels in toward your hips, keeping your knees at approximately hip width. With your arms either side, your elbows beside your ribs, with your palms facing each other above your belly. Inhale, lift your hips into a bridge, pressing down with your elbows and shoulders, not with your head or neck. Breathe in the bridge. Exhale, lower your bridge. Next exhale, draw your knees in. Gently stretch, realign, counterpose the bridge. And then either rock yourself, press yourself, or kick yourself back out into boat. So remember, boat could be feet hovering, shins parallel, or toes up. Exhale your feet down. Exhale, crunch back. Draw your heels in. Inhale your hips up to a bridge. Exhale your hips down. Exhale, draw your knees in. Inhale, kick back out to boat. The last boat, the best boat. Exhale your feet down. Exhale, crunch back. Heels in, inhale, bridge up. Exhale your hips down. Exhale, draw your knees in, counterpose, realign. And then reach between your knees to your shins, ankles, feet, or wrap your first two fingers around your big toes and rock around in happy baby pose. Listen to what your body would like you to stretch or massage or explore. Maybe there's a happy baby somewhere around you. Release your feet, ankles, shins. Let your hands come to either side of your hips with your heels extended toward the ceiling. And on a count of 10, begin to lower your heels. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go. Acknowledge the waves of release. The big muscle groups, your legs and abdominal muscles, the supporting muscles in your arms, and then a quick inventory around your body to see if there's anything that's holding on, anything that you didn't know was tense but needs to be let go. Find your best reclined, lying down position. Your feet a comfortable distance apart, your arms a comfortable distance away from your body, possibly with your palms facing upward, if that's comfortable. Let your 3-part breath subside to the natural breath that your body offers you most of the time every day. And now, as that breath emerges, without taking control of it, let your mind observe, as if a fly on the wall, observe the breath that comes so automatically. Initially, a little bit awkward to observe something and not control it, but your body will allow that over time. And as you focus in on your breath, acknowledge the steady flow of life stuff that is entering as if on a conveyor belt. Concerns, distractions, sensations, thoughts, plans, one after another, rolling into your mind. But for these few moments, give yourself a chance to slow the conveyor belt. Slow it down and put a greater space between each of the distractions. And instead of dwelling on the distractions, put your mind's attention on the space between them. Have moments of nothing. When the mind stuff inevitably comes back, it's okay. Observe it, allow it, and let your next natural breath blow it away as a feather off the table, atop of a table, and go back to the spaces between, back to nothing. Gently begin to take back control of your breath. With great subtlety, increase the length of your inhales and exhales. And as you inhale, notice the new presence of oxygen, additional oxygen, passing through your lungs, your heart, and out from your core toward your arms and legs. That oxygen, that refreshing energy, eventually reaching your hands and feet, fingertips and toes. Gently begin to reawaken your physical body with subtle movement, stirring the air around your hands and feet. Build your awakening. Draw your heels in along the mat, letting your knees bend toward the ceiling, keeping your feet on the mat. And bend your elbows to 90 degrees beside your ribs with your hands facing each other above your belly. Gently, by way of reawakening your physical, start to rock from side to side, exploring, noticing, allowing. When you're ready, bring your hands and knees to center and draw your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms. Give yourself a hug. And on your time, relax your right arm out to the side and gently lower your knees down to the right with your left arm, resting your head on your right shoulder, resting eventually your left arm in front of you. spending a moment in a loose fetal position. When you're ready, use your left arm and your right elbow to press yourself up to a sitting position. Take a few moments. Bring your attention back to here and now, but still here and now on your yoga mat. Let the transition from your yoga practice to your yoga life happen gently and easily. Consider what today's yoga practice will take into the rest of your day, into the rest of your weekend. Peace, everyone. Thank you. It was so wonderful to see you, and thank you for being so kind in my very nervous first live yoga class. I'll be staying around, as I said, for a couple of minutes if anybody wants to chat. So I'm here.
Thank you. Thanks, Ray.
More than welcome.
Thank you so much. I hope this session is recorded. That was one of the best.
Oh, thanks very much.
Mhm.
Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you, Steve. It was amazing. I needed it so much.
You're so welcome.
Have a nice weekend.
Bye.
Ça fait longtemps.
Oui, ça fait longtemps.
Ça fait longtemps. Yeah.
Ça a bien fonctionné. It worked very well, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to give some thought to maybe trying the regular one again. I don't know what time that would work best. Maybe I'll put an email out to the yoga peeps and see what they think is the best time.